In 1994 at the North American Auto... already. In 1994, at the North American International Auto Show in Detroit, we saw the unveiling of the Concept 1, a most decidedly modern take on the classic Beetle. So well received by showgoers that VW decided to put the car in production. Just 3 years after the show debut, the new Beetle was introduced for the 1998 model year, and they flew off the shelves. On that popularity, the first generation car lasted 13 years with just minor refreshments, and a redesign was well needed. On Monday, November 22nd, 2010, on the episode of Oprah's Favorite Things, amongst the 20 high-end gifts for the audience, one of them was a 2012 Beetle due for delivery in May of 2011. A complete redesign, the new car sits on the same A5 PQ35 platform as the Jetta, unlike the previous Beetle, that sat on the PQ34 Golf platform. The Beetle we will be taking a look at today is a 2.0 Turbo Launch Edition Coupe painted in deep black pearl metallic and features a Titan black cloth interior. Its when-new pricing is shown to the left, and no optional equipment is included on this car, including sadly the Performance Gauge Pack, which would have been cool in this turbocharged car, but I digress. Absolutely opposite of the original, this Beetle is front-engine, front-wheel drive with power coming not from the standard 2.5-liter 5-cylinder, but rather the turbocharged intercooled 2-liter 16-valve dual overhead cam inline 4-cylinder engine. This engine is of an iron block and aluminum head construction with turbocharged fuel stratified injection with a 9.6 to 1 compression ratio. This engine creates 200 horsepower at 5,100 RPM, 207 pound-feet of torque at 1,700 RPM. The Beetle 2.0T can launch from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.3 seconds, 0 to 100 miles per hour in 16.8 seconds, with a quarter-mile reach in 15 seconds at 95 miles per hour. Its top speed is governor limited to 124 miles per hour. All Beetles feature a 14.5 US gallon fuel capacity and consume 4 gallons per 100 miles driven, with an estimated total driving range of 363 miles. EPA fuel economy figures are 22 miles per gallon city, 30 miles per gallon highway, and 25 miles per gallon combined. There are 4 transmission options on the Beetle, 2 manual and 2 automatics. You guessed it, ours is automatic because of course it is. This transmission is pretty responsive, however, and it is the 6-speed dual-clutch DSG Automatic with sport mode and Tiptronic manual shift capability. Alright, and taking a look at the rear, it is a hatchback design, obviously. Has that almost symmetrical look to it, characteristic of the Beetle. Nice flowing body lines with these exposed fender flares coming out. Nicely integrated tail lamps. Gone are the circles of the first generation. A little bit more Porsche-like, actually. With the turbo, you do get this deck lid spoiler that comes out the top of the deck lid. Third brake light. This VW emblem is actually your hatch release. And of course you have the turbo badge. And down below, dual exhaust. Along the profile, the Beetle cannot deny its history with the original car. I like the turbo graphics on the lower sills, and the small rear spoiler is a nice touch. With the same basic shape as the original, the car is much larger. It sits on a 99.9-inch wheelbase with an overall length of 168.4 inches. Steering is electrically assisted vehicle, speed-sensitive variable rate rack and pinion with 3.01 turns lock-to-lock and a 35.4 foot turning radius. The wheels on this car are 19-inch Tornado 10-spoke, black painted and machined aluminum shod, and 235/40 R19 Yokohama Advanced Sport all-season tires. Brakes are 4-wheel disc brakes with 12.3-inch vented rotors up front and 10.7-inch solid rotors in the rear. They are assisted by ABS and electronic stability control and can halt the Beetle from 70 miles per hour to 0 in 179 feet. Alrighty, and take a look around the front of the Beetle. Pretty typical Beetle, even though this is the newest generation. So it's a little bit more squared off than the original new Beetle. We got some neat styling cues here, especially on the Turbo Launch Edition. You have the satin silver skull caps on the mirrors. It does have LED turn repeaters, and you have the turbo graphics on the lower sills of the door. Got the nice exposed fender flares here with these halogen headlamps. You've also got these little daytime running lamps in here. Down below are housed your turn signals, and they're bisected by this satin strip with fog lamps on the lower portion. And your grille is down below. Alright, we do not have smart key access system here. We just have a standard keyless remote entry via this switchblade key fob. Just a quick look at the key fob. You have unlock, lock, hatch release, your panic alarm on the side, a Volkswagen roundel there. Alright, let's take a look inside. Inside is pretty typical Volkswagen / Beetle. Pretty sporty with the turbo package. Body color accents coming in, spilling into the interior here. It is all gloss black. You have satin silver door pulls, power lock switch. You have your mirror controls here. You can also turn on your heated mirrors by flipping the switch over that way. Moving down the doors, you have your power window switches just for the front windows. Cloth armrest with padding. The rest of it's pretty hard plastic. Small amount of storage in the door pockets. Satin silver roundels on the speakers. And this white portion here illuminates with the ambient lights. You can choose from white, red, or blue. Stainless steel tread plate here. Alright, let's take a look at these seats. Very sporty, aggressive bolsters on the seats. They're actually pretty comfortable. They have this 3D textile two-tone cloth treatment to them. Seats are manually adjustable. You can adjust for fore and aft. You can also adjust the height. This circle here adjusts your seat back. And this, of course, is your lumbar adjust. Access to the the back seat. Not a whole lot of controls on the driver's instrument panel. You just have your headlamp control and fog lamp control. Instrument panel dim. This is your ambient light adjust. Also lower down on the dashboard, you do have a nice little storage box here in the driver's side knee bolster. Hood release here. Satin silver sport pedals with a bottom hinged accelerator pedal. Alright, we're going to pan through the interior and show more details. As you can see here, nice, fluid, easy to use, power assisted steering. Leather wrapped 3-spoke steering wheel with its tilts and telescopes. You can also have a flat bottom rim down here. Gloss black spokes. There is absolutely no controls on this steering wheel. Makes it very easy to use, obviously. Multifunction controls here reside for your turn signals. You can also do your high beams and your cruise controls. So on, cancel, off. And then you have your set and resume here. Very simple LED backlit instrumentation, 8,000 RPM tach, 160 mile per hour speedometer, and you have your fuel gauge. You can access your trip computer by setting your clock button here, and it goes through a bunch of different controls here. It's very basic, actually. Alright, going over the top of the dash. Small little storage bin on top. If you had the optional performance gauge package, those gauges would reside here. Alright, you got 2 air vents on both sides of your radio system here. It is just a basic AM FM CD player. Has a digital readout. It is equipped with iPod connectivity and auxiliary input jack. That's important to note. Alright, and taking a look down here. Very simple, easy to use climate controls. Just large rotary twist buttons with fan speed here. And of course over here is your panel distribution. Very clear markings, backlit in red. And you have your 3 position heated seats. Your AC button, rear defroster, recirculate. Down below, hazard button flanked by 4 blank switches. And down here you have a 12-volt power point and auxiliary input jack. Shift lever for the DSG Automatic. Handbrake, it is leather wrapped. You have satin silver bezeled dual front cup holders. A small storage bin. You've also got a bigger storage bin here, and a rear seat cup holder, and a 12-volt power point for the rear seat passengers. It's pretty basic in here. One thing though, you do have a lot of headroom in here. Manually dimming rear view mirror. Overhead reading lights. You've also got your dome light and dome override. And up here you have your Bluetooth connectivity, your Bluetooth speaker, microphone off, and your phone control. Speakers and microphones up here. Little ambient lights here. I believe that you can adjust those with the thumb wheel. Nope, they're just white or red. Alright, flipping down the sun visor reveals a non-illuminated vanity mirror. And the sun visor does release, but it does not swing out, so you have a lot of window that is uncovered. And you have an overhead assist handle. Alright, and let's gain access to this back seat. By doing so is easy by lifting up this lever here. And the seat back tilts forward and the whole seat back assembly can slide. And here we go to our rear seat. A very simple rear seat indeed. Seats 2 passengers only in a 50-50 split folding seat. You do have high adjustable head restraints. Rear seat passengers do have their own little storage bins back here. They've also got cloth padded armrest. And that body color panel coming back here as well. Other than that, there's not a lot to speak of backseat luxuries back here. Not a lot of legroom either. Alright, and folding the seats is easy. I'll just demonstrate on this seat, so I have the seat back forward, but just lifting this lever here unlocks the seat back, and the entire assembly moves forward.
Alright, and you can access the liftgate via the key fob, or you can just open up with the Volkswagen roundel, lift it up, and it actually acts as a liftgate release and handle. Alright, as you can see here, it actually opens up to a really nice, wide, and deep opening cargo area. A nice flat floor. It is fully carpeted and fully lined. You do have little lights here, tie down hooks. You've also got a privacy cover here with an integrated hook. And underneath the floor mat, you do have a compact spare tire with jack and tools. And as you can see, the hatch does open nice and wide. And closing is easy just by closing it down. Alrighty, this does conclude our in-depth walk around look at this 2012 Volkswagen Beetle Turbo. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please comment down below. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/neighborhoodcarreviews and our Instagram channel at BrensoJ1. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.